Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wieland. I'm an author, game designer, and professional nerd. Tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly local actual play show.
Oh, flaps! Ha! It's been a week, you guys.
Yes, it's only been 1 week and you missed your cue! Tonight, we are playing Planegea, the primordial fantasy setting for the 5th edition of the world's most popular role-playing game. Planegea is a world of kinetic action, primordial horror, and mystic wonder. If you have not seen our previous episodes, we recommend that you go all the way back to the beginning. You can catch our session 0 if you want to see how we made our characters, or you can go to session 1 and jump right in with the story. Now, before we get into everybody introducing themselves and their characters and picking up where we left off last time, I wanted to talk a little bit about this part of the story because I used one of the techniques that is featured in the Planegea book. It's a fairly, well, it's a technique called a dice drop map. You've seen it, you may have seen it in various Game Master Advice or Dungeon Master or Dice Bay.
Salt Bay. Dice Bay!
So the way that you do a dice drop map is you take a handful of dice, you drop it onto a piece of paper, and then you circle where the die falls, you write down the number that it's showing, and then you connect them through various techniques that are used. It's a way to do either a story flow map or even a dungeon map that isn't, coloring in 5-foot step spaces. And that's what I use to generate the journey that the players are going to be going on in the next chapter or two. The one in the Planegea book focuses on sort of exotic locations and encourages you to kind of think things and link things together. And it's a very great technique for developing an area to explore that isn't necessarily just, tunnel, encounter. So if you pick up the game, that's part of what's included in the rulebook. And if you do order it from Atlas directly or pick it up at a convention, please tell them that Theater of the Mind Player sent you. So, without further ado, let's go around the table, introduce yourselves, tell us who your character is and what their basic class, kinship, and subclass is. Let's start with our first mind player.
Oh, what are you pointing at? Okay. Hi, I'm Sarah Babe. She, they, please. And I am playing Ioku, who is a starling spellskin.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi, I'm Jordan Fishburne, she, her, and I am playing Inktail, the Saurian Hammertail, who is a barbarian following the path of the Far Striker.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hello, I am Tony Cheek, he, him. I am playing Gorm, the rock dwarf Twilight cleric.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi, I'm Tawny P. Thompson, she, hers, and I am playing Pinecone, the Dreas monk, following the Planegea-specific Way of Abnegation.
Last but not least, our final mind player this evening.
Hello, friends. My name is Ethan Eichert Anderson, he, him, and you may know me from such characters as Damp, the half-ooze rogue.
And I, of course, am Rob Wieland, he, him, and I will be your dungeon master for the evening. So when we last left our clan, they had just escaped the destruction of the Snow Lord's palace by the Blind Hounds of Heaven. Unfortunately, this left them on the edge of a snow-covered mountain, trying to find a way to survive in the icy wilderness as they sought to escape their fate. So, I have some good news for you.
Stompy's here?
No, Stompy is not here.
Good news.
No, you have good news to deliver.
I do?
in the far off distance, you see the shadowy outline of a far off landmark that you recognize as the Dream Tree. The Dream Tree is a massive, tall tree, as big as a modern skyscraper. And it is near the forests where you first grew. So all you gotta do is head towards that giant tree on the horizon, and you will make it out of here alive. The bad news is that you have no supplies, you have no pack animals, you have no shelter, you have nothing.
How many of us actually need to eat? Raise your hand.
Me.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure you
Tony,
And
do you
Gorm.
need to eat?
You need to eat.
Okay.
I need to eat enough for 2.
Okay, well then
Are
never
you-
mind. That's less than
Are you
less
just
good than I
hungry, or
thought.
is that a
Are you?
No, that's the thing.
Hunger of the ooze.
really?
Oh,
Oh.
I thought you were talking
No.
about something else.
I need to eat twice as much as a. That's why every episode I've asked for food somewhere.
Oh, man.
Okay.
What was the name of the tree? The tree of
Dream.
Dream Tree.
Dream Tree.
Well, that makes things even more challenging.
It does. Well, I don't eat, so we're good.
Yeah, I don't have to eat either.
Sunlight.
So we're like, technically, is Rushia still here?
Yes.
Does he need to eat?
Right. So we need
Yeah,
to
he's
keep
just a
one
regular old
5.
mini boy human.
I just imagine the weirdness of walking around being like, do you eat? Like, do you breathe?
Okay.
I got used to it because
Dreas
of pine
get
cone.
poisoned if they eat.
I
Okay.
just need sun.
Yes.
We open on our 6 wanderers, the 5-player characters and their pet NPC Rusha.
Thanks, Tawny.
Hee hee hee.
He'll die.
Rushia's there.
Don't gotta worry.
I mean, if you
We
can
can
set
always-
Tawny on fire, you can eat Rusha.
Yeah, but that
I
that
don't think
only-
we're quite there yet.
that doesn't really- no.
At least
We
not within the
can't-
first 10 minutes of the
Wait a
episode.
second.
I'm
First
there
of
'cause
all-
it's been 2 days.
Is Ioku flammable in a not death way because you were a star?
Ah.
No, let me check.
Yeah.
I think. Wait, you're a cleric. Do you have that thing when it speaks to stuff in the little hut?
Does anybody have any sort of like
I will
nature
say
survival skill that they maybe
I
could use?
am
So,
a survivalist
I
and
do
a
have
shelter
Survivor.
finder.
I could just cast that spell that Sarah was referencing.
Does it have
What spell
food
is
in
it?
Apologies to all the people out there if I pronounce this wrong. Leoman's Tiny Hut.
Oh.
let me set the scene before we get into the mechanics of who do you have to eat here.
Donner, Party of One.
So we see the outline of the hut. What does it look like?
I stomp my axe down 3 times, and through the moon-shaped crescent, it forms a dome that just kind of spreads out,
Okay.
creating a 10-foot radius, which is nice and warm and dry and cozy on the inside, completely ignoring the elements on the outside.
Okay. Still, it's all 10-foot radius isn't huge.
No, but
You can
9
say-
creatures of medium or smaller
Yeah.
size
I
can
was going to say,
It's a cuddle puddle.
100 square feet.
It's basically like
Huh.
this.
A
room
3-person
here,
tent
more
is
or less.
44 square feet, give or take. So
Right. So,
We're good.
well, that's why they chose
like
5
a
feet
7 or
as
8 person
the
tent. Yeah.
as the basic unit of measurement, because that's what your average wingspan is on a person.
I think it's pretty normal for Pinecone to just curl up on top of my shell anyways.
Get that AO3 fired up, gang. Here we go.
There's a lot of grippy things. It's
Yeah.
a little spiky back there.
So-
Provide a little extra shade while I take in the sunlight.
So, the casting of this spell has been what saved you for the past few days so far. Food has been a challenge to find, which is why, as the wind blows a snowdrift, over the top of your magical tiny hut, you are excited to see two shapes on the horizon. One of them is a skeleton of some sort of mammoth being, like the tusks poke out of the snow, and the rib cage acts as a collection of archways, and there's a giant spear where the tip is probably as big as you are, Inktail, jutting out of the side of it. And then a few hundred yards this way, there is a hut built of bones and ice. The main supports are large bones, and then ice bricks have been carved and stuffed in between the bone structure. And there is a light flickering in the doorway. Where do you go?
Since this is near the dream tree, would I have any familiarity with who or what this might be?
This is not near the dream tree. You are still on the mountain. The dream tree is off in the distance.
Okay.
But it is just big enough that you can see it.
Okay.
You are like, this is you driving into Chicago, and oh look, there's
the
Sears Tower,
or whatever the hell it's called now.
It's the Sears Tower. Sorry, Chicago. Actually, Chicago agrees with me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, let's not fight with Chicago.
They have knives. Can I scout ahead?
You can. Which location do you want to scout ahead to?
I would like to scout ahead on the flickering light in the doorway.
Okay.
Do you have Goodberry? Or is that not a...
That's a ranger thing.
Shit.
I do kind of like that the two spellcasters are probably sitting in the hut, like going, "Oh, okay.
What can we do? Like, make it stop
What or that one? Why does Rob make us take these stupid spells you only need when you do stupid travel rules?"
Ooh, gentle repose. So one of us dies.
Sarah's reading all of her spells for the first time.
Yeah.
Not for the first time.
Sarah's reading all the spells for the second time.
Third. Thank you.
I will say, most of us have explorer packs, right?
I do have a 10-day.
Those have 10 days of rations, yeah.
You had used most of those.
Okay.
It has been many days since you escaped.
Many. Got it.
Since you escaped the palace. You're heading towards the
ice hut.
The ice hut.
Yes.
We see Damp loping along. Like how human are you seeming right now? Are you staying like low to the ground and just kind of like slithering?
I'm creeping.
Okay.
I don't know why that just grossed me out so bad.
Are you staying just far enough that you're not slithering like a snake, so you're like on your little fingers and toes?
You know the old Zoot Suit cartoons?
That's like a horror movie.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like the fact that when like Damp is alone, that's kind of the like the ooze version of I finally get to take my bra off.
It was either that or you were gonna roll the entire way there. Those were the two things that my brain was
Shatner shoulder rolls over and over and over again, your wings flapping around like big oars. Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
25.
That's really impressive, and would have been even more so if there's actually somebody in the hut. As you approach the single opening, which is covered by a long tanned hide of a creature whom you do not know, there are pits in the snow leading away from the hut. And it takes you a moment to realize what you initially think are like bathtub-sized pits are actually footprints.
So I'm assuming whatever this thing is can't fit in this hut.
Prehistoric Bigfoot.
No, like if they ducked, like it is a large enough hut that like now that you're up to it, you're like, oh, okay. This is fine.
So maybe not a hut so much as a...
I love shacks.
Large.
A hutch,
A hutch.
a shanty.
These all sound like
Is
small
there-
things.
I
Is there
I definitely wasn't looking up synonyms for this.
Was there a tiny fishing pole with a lead going down into a hole?
Not here.
If after that, then can I swing past the mammoth bones if it's close enough,
Oh yeah, sure.
and then head back?
Do you want to go? Do you want to make another stealth check?
Sure. Kaboom. 24.
All right, that's a very impressive stealth check. There's nobody there. But
Nobody knows you're there either.
yeah, but well, that's the thing is like you look back and the winds have already blown over your track, so you don't have to worry about it. You get to the bones, and they look like they've been pretty well butchered and picked clean. But when this mammoth beast was brought down, it hit the ground and kind of its momentum carried it forward. Like it's a bus coming to a stop. It doesn't just drop. And as the creature bore down into the snow, it broke through something, and you see an opening into what looks to be a set of caves and light shimmering into or slightly out of the cave.
Guys, it looks clear.
Awaken me from my rest.
Seems to be large
yes.
footprints and an underground cave system.
Perhaps the caves will provide us with sustenance?
It's probably easier to live down there.
And there's probably other things living down there, right? That you all could eat.
It looks like there's light.
As you walk up, I'm licking off any remains of those bones.
Gross.
I get nourishment even if it isn't cooked.
Have they taken the marrow? Is what he's asking.
Gross.
You said pretty well butchered.
Yeah,
That
no,
means there's
no.
some left.
You are there.
We give you a hand up so you can get up by the spot.
No, I'm sure he picked a couple and just sipping out some marrow as he walks back
Oh,
into the.
Oh no, I
tent.
imagine it's not sipping out because he's an.
Yeah,
I imagine
get
he
my
could just,
tongue
like,
up in
come-
there.
Yeah. You're gonna see him walking, and all of a sudden, an anteater's out, and is like, "Oh."
Okay, thank you for that visual.
Thanks, everybody.
Welcome.
So
Dan,
let's.
what does hunger feel like?
The need for light? Like thirsty, but the other way.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But it's a good.
I was gonna
try.
say it makes sense to her. To
It
her,
does, yeah.
like that.
It's as close as you get.
Yeah, that's close again. Like,
Do we? If I look down into the hole, are we? Is that like coming up into like flush with the ground, or do we have to drop?
yeah, you do have to go down into it.
Okay.
Like basically, it seems like when the beast went down, it must have hit like the top of the cave and caused a cave in leading into the system.
Is there a safe way down for people who don't have
Uzi.
oozy abilities?
I'm sorry, doing a what?
Oozy abilities, Rob. Don't make me say it a second time.
Say what?
Didn't you? You already said it twice.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you say it a third time, it will summon
Now
it.
we're being pedantic.
Hey, I'm always up for semantics. Anyway, there is a way, like the collapse of the cave makes it a relative, like it's not like ropes going down. It's more like picking your way down a rocky hillside. So, like, as long as you take care and caution, you'll be okay.
Then I would like to make my way down.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna just.
I'll stay here.
So let's just wait in the snow.
Actually, there is one person who doesn't want to go down. You want me to go in there
Yes.
Yeah.
in the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it help if I? Is there a
it's-
prehistoric please, or is just please?
It's not that dark. I can
I believe the
generate
term is
light.
plesiosaur.
Plesiosaur,
ruining my
come down
useful
here.
information.
If he really doesn't want to come down, can I use my shelter finder ability?
What? Let's
is
hear
that?
what I after this.
You know how to build shelters that will conceal from predators and other sentient beings. While in the shelter, you are shielded from typical weather conditions such as rain, snow, or wind, and shelters can easily accommodate one creature.
Okay.
But
You're the
Ioku
only
also
one who's
makes
going to be
light.
light now.
Thank you.
Ioku makes light.
Everybody else in the dark.
I get light though.
If you're trying to convince him to come down, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Can I give?
Anybody who is trying to
I'll
convince.
just leave him up there.
I'll do the help
I mean, I
action
Yeah.
for
I
you.
probably shouldn't because I have a -1 to persuasion because I'm very persuasive.
Oh, I
I
think
have
it's a
a-
great idea. You should totally roll that.
Can I help
I'm
her
all
for
for
advantage?
leaving him behind.
I'll say if we leave another area, then you're going
can
to be
stay-
stuck here by yourself.
Oh no, he can't. He can't use the hut if we walk away from it.
Yeah.
So is Jordan giving me advantage?
Yeah.
Hey, 17.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what is your combined argument?
If we go down there and we come out 30 miles that way, we're not trekking back here to pick you up, and you're going to be very cold.
Also, I'm going.
Oh, okay. I'm going.
We would never let anything happen to you.
Yeah, we got this.
And that's when he slips and zips right past the all of you and onto into the cavern proper. And he just kind of
Oh no!
eventually,
Don't fall.
like he comes to a stop.
Hey, that was a really fast way to get down there.
Did he just get to Goonies down into the caverns?
Yeah, except when he stands up, he goes, "Ow!" And he looks at his hand, and he is bleeding.
Can I healing word him?
You lick his blood off.
I was just gonna say maybe we should all wait up here to make sure it's not dangerous.
I go down to continue trying to help.
I also
Can I
go down.
can I use medicine to heal
Yes,
or
you
wrap
can.
his hand? I will do that.
Okay,
Aren't
roll
you
it.
a cleric? You could just heal him.
Yeah, but that's a spell
Spell
slot.
slot. You should know this, spell skin.
I like how Tony's like, I don't ever play magic users. I don't know, but I know not to use spell slots on NPCs.
18.
Yeah, it is like a accidentally cut your hand while like nice kitchen cut kind of cut.
Did I have any like
I've seen
herbs to create Neosporin?
Yeah, you had some Panama gold
Nice
and
herbs. All the pain.
Yeah. This is called
But-
Tennessee whiskey.
This
Very smooth.
Faerun Kush, and you wrap his hand, and as you're down there, you realize that the ice of the cave, there are hundreds of small little edges, spikes, pokes, that if you aren't careful walking down here and like slip and fall and try to grab yourself, you will gash yourself.
What are they made out of?
Ice. Solid, rock hard ice.
Are they all in a direction? If that
No,
makes sense. Okay.
they're all they're pointed in different things. It's basically well, if somebody wants to give me a nature check, we can get some insight
I think
into
nature's
this.
neat.
How do I keep crit failing my nature checks, you guys?
I got a 15.
You're like a weird tree depot baby. You never went anywhere outside
That's
the
true.
forest. You're like,
Well, I
there's
mean,
like
that's true. I was a tree.
right.
She doesn't go under the ground.
I got an 11. I don't know if that helps.
I got a 10.
13.
15.
15. Well, you think that the melt from the snow runs down these caves and basically like files bits and pieces into these sharp edges, which is why you would probably, if you were to name a thing, you would call these the razor caves.
Razor cave.
I have an idea. I have green flame blade that does fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Would that cut the ice?
Sarah, I love you, but no.
What about fireball?
No.
You all die of CO2 poisoning.
Sadly, these are not called the well-ventilated razor caves.
And they also aren't called the non-cave-in caves.
Like, I guess, what is
Shouldn't
your
be called
what
the
is your
steam
intent here?
Oh, I was just trying to make it safer so we don't cut
That's
ourselves.
I was
If we can't do it, we can't do
No,
it.
no,
It's
no.
fine.
You don't. You only are going to cut yourself if you are not paying attention. If you are like if you move carefully, you'll
So
be
our
fine.
NPC is gonna die.
No,
You just have to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
exactly. Thank you, Tony.
Sarah, I had a really cool image of Ioku in front of us with a green flame blade, like getting
Like a
through
machete.
jungle with a machete.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That is 100% what was going through my brain.
That's not a knife.
So I'm just allowing the viewers at home to just live in that moment, even though we're not going to do it.
Also, fireball.
But you may want to save that for later. So
I don't like that. That's ominous.
at some as you move forward, you eventually come to a chamber with 3 branching caves. One, there is looks to be kind of been carved in. There looks to be handholds and like almost like a small pathway that has been carved into the wall that goes to a higher cave on the right. There is a cave that leads off, that goes forward and then curves off to the right. These caves do have kind of a natural refractory light that is buoyed by your light sources, and you can still use the green flame blade as like a torchy type thing.
Oh, I don't need to. I already.
She is,
Or you have
she
light.
is a torch.
I do fight. I do 5 to 20.
Fair enough. You also do
Human torch.
Wah.
Yeah, I do 20. Yeah.
More like a human glow stick.
Yeah.
And and then through the left chamber, you can see snow kind of blowing in that area.
Do these caves look like they were man-made or maybe carved by a giant badger or like
It might have
worm tunnel?
Why a badger?
They definitely don't look man-made.
Okay.
In this world, like, your choice is, were they made by things or not? And these are very much or not.
Can we tell if one of them seems to lead towards the direction where the dream tree was?
Give me a survival check.
Can multiple people do that?
Sure.
Oh, never mind. I'm okay on survival. 16.
16.
Copycat.
22.
Nice.
Okay. Anybody who rolled a 14 or better?
22.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
You don't know where we are.
Yeah.
We're
You're
under the
completely
ground. You've never seen this before.
Under the sea.
Wait. I can't see the sky. Oh my god, I can't see the sky. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
This
oh my
is
god,
a
oh my
bad
god,
time
oh
to
my
figure
god.
out you're slightly claustrophobic.
Ioku, if you close your eyes and you press your hands really hard on them, it looks like you can see stars.
That is a real thing.
And you can tell that Inktail has evolved because when people used to do that, she would wait until their eyes were shut and then she would just slap them in the face as hard as possible.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tails like, but be careful. You'd be surprised
You
at
are
how
wise.
like gushy eyeballs can be.
I feel like people have a strength for their own eyes that they could tell, but that is a good thing to. That's why you don't do it to other people.
So, for everybody who got 14 or better, both the left and the like center right pathways lead in the general direction of the dream tree.
Okay, means we got to split.
The one on the far right does go up though, which seems to be maybe towards the I don't know
the food or something that we can eat.
If we go by Obi-Wan Kenobi rules, going up would probably be better.
Do we have any sense as like noises coming from the different paths or
give me a perception check.
Okay.
Always go right and you'll never be wrong.
Try if
How I play video games.
15?
The center right one, there are occasional bursts of noises that sound like howling, but you're not sure if it's just the wind or if it is something else. You would have to go further in.
What if it's the hounds?
Was that the same direction the snow is blowing in?
No, that's staying in the left chamber.
I say we just pick one and go.
I'd say we should probably go up.
See, this is the weakness of our crew here is that I've given them 3 options and
we have to make a choice.
You have to make a choice. So
I have an idea. I, in my people's wisdom, have the ability to cast a spell called augury, which
does
a thing called
that I will totally tell you about right now.
I can receive an omen from an otherworldly being telling us how an action we take results within 30 minutes. And there's probably more on the full spell and not just what I wrote down on my little card.
So there's 3 paths. There's 6 of us. I mean, it's 2 per path.
I don't think we should split up.
I think
So,
it's a great idea, Tamp.
If we plan to take the right path, I will cast the spell, and this being whom will not be named tells us good results, bad results, good and bad, or nothing, which means results are kind of meh. So
it's like when you shake a magic 8-ball.
except
it says try again later.
Except accurate, because
I don't
this
know.
is from
I feel
my
like
people.
I feel like if you gave me an 8-ball and we shook it, that's what I would go with, and just rewrite the room depending on what roll.
There's an app for that.
Are you casting that? So how do you cast it?
So I keep a gaming set and a war mask and gems on me. Some of which I give away, some of which I trade. But I take some of the gaming pieces, which are little blocks that come in like long shapes or square or round shapes, and tilt my mask on its face there. Put in as many...
Probably 3, because you want
the darkest gems that I have in here, because we're underground. You have to account for location in these things.
Sorry, I didn't mean to tell you how to cast your spell. Continue.
And then shake it up before slamming it on the ground, and then you see what you can see through the eye holes.
So, bar dice with goggles.
Tar dice, beer goggles.
I love it.
Beer goggles.
What you see. So I just have to say good, bad, or mixed, or 0.
It's wheel and woe, or nothing.
Wheel and woe. Hey.
So it's good and bad, or nothing. Wheel. It looks good, and I poke both of my fingers through the eye holes and take out 2 of the long pieces that I saw.
Like, I feel like green light comes out of the... Basically, green light for wheel, red light for woe, green and red for wheel and woe.
Like we're at a movie theater and we need to have full vision for the effects.
So we should go that way.
Yes.
All right. I start walking that way very confidently.
I follow you very confidently.
We cut to you entering a room because there are pathways in between that are, the walking montage. And you come across what looks to be an abandoned camp. There's like a fire pit that's out. There are like animal skins that have been stretched out on racks. There's like a log like a stone that has been, dragged by the fire to. It looks like that's where they sat.
Do I see any like leftover rations or things like that?
You do.
Yes. Hey friends, I think I found food. If this happens to be edible,
I am there. I'm dragging Rusha as well, just because.
Oh hey, this looks good. Should I get the fire started?
Sure. If I recall, you used to be very good at that.
Yeah. Cut to, 10 minutes later. Come on, you stupid son of a bitch. Come on, you stupid.
Wait, is he hitting the rock? Not the rocks together, but the sticks?
Yeah.
He's just like clunk.
Come on. Okay, this time. Okay, next time. Okay, Okay, come on, you son of a.
I'm just staring at him like, okay, you'll get it next time.
Yeah.
And nodding.
I am just watching him struggle.
Yep.
Is anybody not watching this Comedy of Errors?
Are we
I'm keeping a lookout.
Go ahead.
bad guys, Dan?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm so good at
I
perception,
think
guys.
we respect competence.
True. Yeah. We don't like this guy.
Nope.
Nat 20.
You look up and you see that there is a shaft that is one of the light shafts that allows the light to refract in the caves. And many feet up. I like this many thing because I don't have to actually judge distance. You see that there is a small opening that you think that would be big enough for you all to crawl through if you wanted to. So about halfway up, even closer to the surface.
Okay. I relay this information and say that there is an opening that we may be all able to fit through. However, how we get to this opening, I am at a loss.
I have rope.
Can I sticky my way up?
Ugh.
Does
Your gummy fingers help you cling to walls.
that give you like advantage or anything?
Climbing no longer costs you extra movement, so
No.
Ooh, hold on.
I'm gonna
It
say.
reminds me of those things you used to get out of the quarter machines.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what that's been his portrayal the entire time. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to do that, I'm going to say go ahead and give me a climbing check, aka athletics, but you take advantage.
Sure you're not acrobatics?
Okay. Do you want to? Can you describe yourself going up the wall in a very creepy way to make Tawny feel like she wants to vomit?
It's a slightly slingshotty move.
Oh, man.
No. I got it better. I got it even better. In order to make sure you don't slip, because you stick, in order to make sure that you don't slip, you take the bones of like your wrist and use them as pinions in the walls.
Or this could be a good time for a fastball special.
I don't know if I have bones.
could, but this.
You can make bones. Your cartilage, whatever. Like something.
You've got the daggers.
Yeah, I got some dags.
I don't know,
Okay.
I'm down
Either way,
for the,
give me an acrobatics check.
I'm down for the slingshot.
That was very cocked. That would be a 27.
Okay.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like enough.
Twang. Not only do you get up to the hole, you cornhole your way right through the middle of it.
How about just back like
And you tumble through, or like your momentum carries you through.
I thought you were going to describe a whack-a-mole situation, and I was worried.
To a large chamber, and you're able to scud and stop, like you put your hands out and go before you dump out into the chamber. And inside, and the chamber here contains a ton of supplies. Like stuff has been dragged and deposited here for like dozens of sacks and chests and axles and basically like any caravan that has probably come through this area, whatever was left of it, the ones that didn't survive, has been brought here.
Not WHEEL.
I think I've found enough supplies for us.
Now give me a stealth check.
Quite a surprise.
A surprise?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if you okay.
28.
Sarah so wanted a 1.
I feel left out today.
The Christmas dice are killing it.
And then you see the things that brought them here.
Oh no.
Things?
A little monkey hops up on one of the sacks of supplies and like picks at the opening. Then another monkey hops up on the other side of it and starts picking at it. And they start getting territorial with other until one steps back and lets out this horrible screech as its eyes flare red, and it's like the spirit comes out of the monkey as a burning ghost shrieking at the other one. And that's when you realize that this is a ghost monkey den.
I was going to ask if they were Arctic monkeys.
And that is where we end our episode here tonight.
I am way not okay with this.
Please be sure to come back next week to see how the tale continues. Until then, this is all of us at Theater of the Mind Player saying, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax. Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.